Jos, the Plateau State capital, was thrown into deep shock and mourning yesterday following a tragic incident that ended in the loss of a caregiver's life. A woman who had opened her home and heart to a child who was not her own. According to reports, Ibrahim murtarri, who had been living with a deceased caregiver for years after losing both parents, allegedly killed her during a violent altercation that stemmed from a disagreement with her biological son. What began as a domestic quarrel reportedly escalated into a fatal confrontation, one that has left an entire community grappling with grief, disbelief, and painful questions. Residents described the deceased not just as a caregiver, but as a substitute mother. After Ibrahim lost his parents, she reportedly took him in, raised him alongside her own children, fed him, sheltered him, and treated him as family. Neighbors say she was known for her kindness and generosity, often praised for giving Ibrahim a second chance at life when tragedy had already taken so much from him. It is heartbreaking, one resident said quietly. She didn't abandon him, she raised him. Sources said tension flared following a dispute between Ibrahim murtarri and the caregiver's son. While details of the argument remain under investigation, what is clear is that the situation spiraled beyond control. In the heat of the confrontation, the caregiver reportedly intervened, possibly in an attempt to restore peace in her home. Instead, the intervention ended in violence and tragically in her death. The incident has left residents of the area emotionally shattered. Many describe the irony as unbearable, that a woman who stepped in to save a child from the pain of being an orphan would lose her life at his hands. Beyond the immediate tragedy, this incident has reignited conversations around mental health, unresolved childhood trauma, anger management, and family conflicts. Experts warn that children who experience early loss, especially the loss of parents, often carry deep emotional wounds that, if left unattended, can manifest to destructive ways later in life. This tragedy, they say, is not just about violence, but about pain that went unheard. Mr. Abubakar Shaibu, husband of the deceased, expressed his grief and shock at the tragic events.
We were not at home when the incident happened, but there are two people we suspect had a hand in the killing. They live in the same house with the deceased. The suspect, Ibrahim, had earlier fought with the deceased son and was injured. We took him to the hospital and took care of him. After that incident, he vowed to take revenge for what happened to him.
The grieving daughter, Ahmed, shared her heartbreak over the loss of her mother.
Ibrahim and our elder brother Musa fought last year, and in the process, Musa stabbed him in the stomach. He was rushed to the hospital. While in the hospital, Ibrahim vowed to take revenge on either the deceased children or their mother. And today, he has carried out his threat. A nurse even warned us that his utterances were dangerous and advised us to be careful. The deceased was his caregiver and took care of him until he was discharged. But despite her kindness, he went ahead and killed her.
As the Jos community mourns, one truth remains painfully clear. A woman who chose love over convenience, sacrifice over comfort, and compensation over indifference has paid the ultimate price. The Lantern News, uncovering truth beyond the gist. I am Adejo Michelle.